Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrines Google Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Albert Davis, and the title of today's show is Afrika Bambaataa and his peeps tried to hide a body. Shocking true revelations. So, as you hear Afrika Bambaataa and his peeps trying to hide a body. Now, what body and what I'm talking about? Here's the audio.
After Bam got out of the hospital to figure out what really happened, and he gave me the picture of a light-skinned Puerto Rican little boy that looked just like me as a kid. And he gave me that picture because I was going to be the one who killed that boy for Afrika Bambaataa.
Now, people, that's the audio that I call the FBI live on YouTube, and told him that her son Camel was threatening lives and possibly took that life. At that time, I didn't know if he took the life or not. That's why I started a movement asking what happened to that boy. Not the first to ask the question. Troy Star Terrain asked the question first. But when I asked the question, it shook up the whole YouTube streets. Everyone in the streets got afraid because they like the authorities, the parties that should be talking about it, is not talking about it. That's what I got hit with, a strategic lawsuit against public participation because I was participating in that conversation. Everybody that was a part of the conversation got mad because I was a part of the conversation and they couldn't kick me out of the conversation. It was messing up their false narrative that they were spreading throughout the YouTube streets that everything started in 2016. Troy Star Terrain and Layla Wills got everybody to agree with them that it started in 16. When I knew from my research that in 2013 is when it started. When the guy on the thumbnail, Khalil the Money, came out and told in 2013 that Bambaataa was gay and he was date raping young boys. And in doing so, he got stabbed. That's why, once again, you can hear the audio. Listen to what he said.
After Bam got out of the hospital to figure out what really happened, and he gave me the picture of a light-skinned Puerto Rican little boy that...
So, when Bam got out of the hospital, because when Bam got stabbed, he went to the hospital. And when he went to the hospital, they said he cut himself or whatever. They didn't tell about the stabbing, though. He got stabbed, and Ahmed Henderson also got stabbed. He was at the hospital. And all kind of Zulu warriors was at the hospital wondering what happened to their leader, Bambaataa. The Nation of Islam was there also. The Fruit of Islam, they was there. They didn't want to deal with it because Afrika Bambaataa had date raped the young boy. That somebody trafficked to him. Because Bambaataa loved date raping young boys, and people had been trafficking young boys to him, knowing what his lust was. Now, I admit that I have been deep in a storm for 4 months. Because Khalil want to make it act like it was fly by night. But when you in that type of storm, 4 months, it's like, woo, it's whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what to compare it to. Because I've never been in a strenuous situation like that. Layla Wills, she was cool until they started lying to her and telling them Michael Edwards and Khalil and Marcy Hamilton, all these people was telling her that I was fucking up shit so much she needed to take me to court and try to correct the situation. When she pulled a Jason Smollett on me, she said I was doing some shit that I wasn't doing, pulled me in the court in the state of Illinois, found out that she fucked up. Because when they put a warrant on me and they arrested me, they didn't read me my Miranda rights. And because they didn't read me my Miranda rights, when I told the state's attorney that, they threw the shit out of court. And because they threw it out of court, she felt defeated and threw her own shit out the court. Where she was lying, saying I was stalking her. But her whole thing was, I need information about what he's been talking about with the TC Islam murder, what he's been doing it. Because I was knee deep in this shit, people. Believe me, I was knee deep in this shit. When you knee deep in shit, you know you knee deep in shit. So the TC Islam murder, the murder of that boy, and all these things are the things that I was dealing with. They try to say I was never a part of it. Well, why did I go to court and spend time in jail for my actions when I was never a part of it? Khalil Money like putting up my arrest picture where I'm smiling. Because when no crying or shit, I'm happy with life. I was happy with life then, even though it was some fucked up circumstances they was putting me in. But I was like, damn, I'm back in Chicago. Well, my mother's side of the family resides. I see all my cousins. I'm doing everything. I'm eating gyros every day. I'm doing this. I was living. I'm not scared of Chicago, afraid of Chicago, or anything in Chicago. I come from Chicago. So where they thought they was causing misery, I was happy. Now, Khalil Money said I lied. He's been stating that I lied for some reason. I don't know what he's talking about, but he did a video, and we're going to deal with it later on this afternoon and deal with his little false charges and stuff that I lied. Because I don't know what I lied about. I'm not telling nobody's story but my story. That I got involved, I did some research, I learned some things. These things that I learned is that they out here lying to the public that 2016 is when shit started, and it didn't start in 2016. It started in 2013. Even in Layla Will's documentary, that information is in there, but because it's not Friday or no big time comedy and shit, you got knocked the fuck out. It's not something that people running around saying because nobody was telling jokes like that. They was doing real live documentary shit. And in the documentary, it stated that shit started in 2013. But Layla Will's bitch ass is out here lying in these streets. Troy Star Terrain bitch ass is out here. Khalil Money bitch ass, Dave Wedge, Marcy Hamilton, all these hip hop stand with survival motherfuckers have came out here with a false narrative, lying to y'all about what happened and when it happened. And I could keep saying 2013 till I take my last breath, and I will be telling you the truth, being honest, not lying, and none of that. And nothing they can do can stop that. If they said I'm lying and slandering, which one of those bitches gonna take me to court? Again, I'm looking and ready for another court case where I can kick their ass truly, because a lot of shit that went on since 2016. Paperwork that went out to the people. See, when I say you stalking me, when I put paperwork into the federal government telling them you fucking with me and I'm not fucking with you, you stalking me and shit, told YouTube, told everybody. So when you doing what you doing and trying to change the narrative that's gonna fuck you up more. Because the truth has already been put out. And all you did is pile on the truth, trying to cover up the truth. You piled on the truth. That's how niggas get knocked in cases like that. When you trying to cover up some shit that has already been explained, when you look at it, you say, oh, that's what that nigga doing. He's trying to cover up. So I ain't got nothing else to talk about, people. I will be doing Rubberneck Liar, whatever title I can come up with, because I want to get in that rubberneck conversation. So when people see his video and my video, they can compare the two. Now, like I said, he been saying, I ain't got no information on Carl because he's an ignorant ass nigga. He can't prove that I was stalking him at any time because he don't have no information on me. Me, I got information when he started stalking, and I asked him to stop stalking. I got the videos and everything. But I've always been in the knowledge that I'm dealing with a lying-ass government informant that lied on Yahweh Ben Yahweh to get his drug trafficking and his robberies and shit that he was doing after he left Yahweh stricken from the record. He think he's an intelligent son of a bitch, but he can't fuck with this nigga. But that's it, y'all. I don't know when I'm going to do it. Y'all will see the thumbnail, and I'll be going live. I'm going live at 3:30 with Brother Bleedo. Peace, I'm out.